Melody Shari going live and making it very clear that she's not here for content creators twisting her words or spreading misleading topics, especially about her kids. Now, before we dive deep into this one, make sure you stick with me until the very end, because you are going to want every detail of what Melody said and why this is a much bigger conversation than just the four-piece nuggets situation. So let's set the scene. Melody went live recently, and at first it was lighthearted. She was chatting with her fans about her phone holder breaking, about her 7th Avenue beauty sales, and even taking time to highlight testimonies from her customers. She was her usual bubbly self, smiling, laughing, and keeping the energy soft and positive. But then, in the middle of her live, she shifted gears to address something that clearly has been bothering her. She had to clear the air about a situation involving her youngest daughter, Sugar Mama. Apparently, a little boy at school playfully tapped Sugar Mama, and Melody shared the story in a light and humorous way. But here's where the drama started. Some YouTubers and content creators ran with it, turning it into a much heavier topic than Melody ever intended. Titles popped up, making it seem like something serious or scandalous had gone down, when in reality, Melody herself wasn't even upset. That's when she decided to send out a warning stop, making things bigger than they are, especially when kids are involved. Now, this is where the hook comes in, because Melody's warning doesn't just apply to this one moment. It connects to a larger pattern we've seen over and over again with the LAMH cast. How many times have we seen storylines blown out of proportion, twisted for views, or exaggerated until the narrative takes on a life of its own? We've seen it with Martell Holt, who can't sneeze without people speculating about whether he's back with Melody or still tied to Ariana Curry. We've seen it with Letitia Scott, when rumors spread about her marriage to Marsa Scott and alleged infidelities. We've seen it with Kimmy Scott, especially when she bravely opened up about her health journey. And even with Stormy Steele, as fans questioned her motives for joining the show. This is not new, but Melody's message this time hit different because it involved her children, her family, and her peace. And let's be real, when it comes to kids, that's where most fans draw the line. Melody was very clear that the situation at school wasn't a big deal. She laughed with Sugar Mama in the car. She even joked about the other kids thinking the school was calling about them. And she directly reached out to the little boy's mom, who happens to be her neighbor. They laughed about it. They had a simple conversation about teaching kids to keep their hands to themselves, and that was it. No scandal, no drama, no heartbreak. But once content creators took that lighthearted story and packaged it as though something traumatic had happened, that's when Melody felt she had to say enough is enough. She told people to stop making things heavy when she herself wasn't. Upset at all? Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Melody's warning to content creators ties directly into her overall experience on love and marriage, Huntsville. Think about it, Melody has had to deal with rumors, speculation, and flat-out lies for years now. During her marriage to Martell Holt, we saw how rumors of his infidelity turned into a very real storyline, and eventually, their divorce, even after their split. Martell constantly found himself in headlines about whether he was co-parenting respectfully, whether he was trying to win Melody back, or whether he was caught up in drama with Ariana Curry. And through it all, Melody has tried to remain focused on her peace, her businesses, and her kids. So when she sees that even innocent stories about Sugar Mama or her children are being twisted for clicks and views, she's understandably frustrated. What makes this even more layered is how other cast members fit into the picture. Miss Wanda, Letitia's mother, has been one of the loudest voices when it comes to speaking on Melody and her kids. Fans will never forget when Wanda made controversial remarks about the paternity of Sugar Mama, which sparked one of the most explosive confrontations the show has ever seen. Marsa and Letitia Scott have also had their fair share of back and forth, with Melody sometimes siding with Wanda and sometimes trying to smooth things over. Kimmy Scott, who often plays the role of peacemaker, has had to step in and remind everyone about boundaries, especially when kids are mentioned. And let's not forget Stormy Steele, who has dealt with her own online drama about business practices and friendships. Shows just how quickly narratives can spiral once social media gets involved. Now here's the hook I want you to really lean into. If Melody is warning content creators now, what does that mean for the future of the show? Does this mean the cast will start pulling back on what they share publicly, knowing that it could be misused? Does this mean Melody herself will be more guarded, especially when it comes to stories involving her kids? And what does that mean for the fans who depend on these lives, these interviews, and these social media moments to feel connected to the cast? If the cast pulls back, will fans feel like the show has lost its rawness? Or will it actually force the audience to focus on the real storylines instead of exaggerated rumors? That's why you need to watch until the end, because the way this all ties together is eye-opening. Melody also made it clear during her live that she has no problem sharing testimony, positivity, and even fun little family moments. She was engaging with fans about their experiences using her 7th Avenue beauty products. She was talking about her masterclass, and she was even adjusting prices for fans in real time as a way to show love and appreciation. That's the type of energy she wants to put into the world: healing, uplifting, and motivating energy. But when people take that and turn it into negativity, it clashes with her current lifestyle. Remember, Melody has been very open about embracing her soft girl era. She's all about peace, grace, and moving away from unnecessary conflict. So when drama is created where there is none, it goes directly against everything she's building for herself and her children. Let's pause here and really think about how this warning connects to Martell Holt as well. Martell has been dragged through the mud countless times, some of it self-inflicted, some of it exaggerated. Fans constantly argue about whether Martell is truly a good father, whether he regrets losing Melody, or whether he's still wrapped up with Arione. But imagine if stories about his kids were spun in the same way Melody just experienced with Sugar Mama. Would Martell tolerate that? Would he clap back?